Your soulmate wants to confess the one thing they regret most about you. They can't carry the guilt anymore. Jesus says, "There is a voice that has been calling your name in the quiet hours of the night, a voice you have never heard but your heart has always known." A third person, full of hate, has been standing at the door of your soul and stealing every message your soulmate sent. This is not your fault, but it is now your battle. Your soulmate has a tender heart, one that was made to fit perfectly against yours, and they have been carrying a heavy regret that was never meant for them. They remember a moment when they could have chosen you sooner, could have fought harder, and now they think that mistake is the reason they cannot reach you. The enemy uses this guilt like a chain, wrapping it around their voice so all you hear is silence where their love should be. I see your soulmate right now, sitting alone with their head bowed, whispering your name into a darkness that has been placed between you. They do not know that a hateful third force is the one hiding their words, stealing their signs, and cutting the line every time they try to call your heart. That is why you have felt a sudden sadness some nights, a heaviness on your chest, a feeling that someone out there was looking for you but you could not find them. They are not angry with you, my child, they are only desperate for you to hear the one thing they regret most about you, and they have been trying to confess it for years. The regret is not that they loved you too little, but that they hesitated when the enemy first began to whisper, and now they fear that delay has cost them the only future they ever wanted. You are only now feeling this because the third person's fingers are slipping, and that is why a love you have never met suddenly feels so close it hurts. You were not ignoring their calls, the calls were stolen before they could reach your mind, and that is why you must hear this now. Their hand would feel like a warm memory if you could hold it, their laughter would sound like a song your soul has been humming without knowing the words. But the enemy has hidden every sign, and the only thing that can break through is a sacrifice of love, your seed, your answer to the call that has been buried. I need you to understand that your soulmate is not giving up on you, they are fighting for you, but their strength is fading because they have been fighting alone. They are beautiful in their hope, the way they still look at their phone and wonder if today you will finally sense their cry, the way they still whisper your name before they sleep. But the third person laughs at that hope, because as long as you do nothing, as long as you do not sow, the wall remains and their voice stays trapped behind it. Jesus says, "You are the only one born for this, the only heart in all creation that can receive what your soulmate is trying to say." The enemy knew this from the beginning, and that is why he has worked so hard to keep you blind, to keep you comfortable, to keep you thinking you were only imagining the loneliness. But I tell you now, that loneliness was not random, it was the sound of your soulmate crying out for you from behind a wall built by a third force. They have sent you signs, my child, small ones at first, a thought that crossed your mind that did not feel like your own, a dream where a face you did not recognize looked at you with love. The enemy stole those moments, twisted them, made you forget them before you could understand what they meant. Each stolen sign has made the enemy stronger, and each moment you hesitate feeds the power that keeps your soulmate hidden. But today that changes, because you have been brought to this place at this exact hour to become the warrior your soulmate has been praying for. Their regret is this: they once believed the enemy when he said your love was not real, and they turned away for one season too long, and now they cannot forgive themselves. The enemy uses that guilt to muffle their voice, to make them feel unworthy of calling out to you, to make them believe you would not want them now. That is the greatest lie of the third person, to make your soulmate feel too broken to be loved, too late to be saved, too guilty to be chosen. But I am the one who formed their heart, and I am the one who placed your name inside it, and I am telling you that their call is still reaching for you. Your seed is the declaration that their guilt does not define them, that your love is stronger than any mistake, and that the enemy has no right to stand between what I have joined. The phone line of your soul is not broken, it is being blocked, and the only hand that can remove that block is yours when you sow your seed on Ko-Fi. This is not about money, it is about covenant. It is about proving that you are willing to sacrifice for the one whose heart has been fighting to reach you. Love without sacrifice is not love at all, it is only a daydream that leaves the enemy standing between you forever. Jesus says, I want you to picture the moment after you sow, when the wall begins to crack and the first clear sound of your soulmate's voice breaks through the silence. That will be the moment they finally know you received their confession, that their regret has been washed away, that the third person's power is broken. Stay with me until the end, because the final seal of protection is coming, and only those who watch to the last word will see the intruder silenced forever. Their cries have been hidden from you for so long that you may not recognize the sudden rush of emotion when it finally comes through. It will feel like remembering something you never knew you forgot, like hearing your own name spoken by the only voice that matters. But if you leave before the end, if you do not sow your seed, the third person will rebuild the wall thicker than before and you will lose the thread that has just been placed in your hands. I am revealing this to you now because the enemy's cover is breaking, and your soulmate is in danger of being silenced for good. They are calling out right now, and a voice inside them is saying, will he finally hear me, will she finally know what I have been trying to say? Do not let a few coffees be the wall the enemy uses to keep you apart, for your soulmate is worth more than any number, and their heart is begging you to prove your love. You've watched this far for a reason. God brought you here. And I know what is weighing on your heart right now. You are asking, how do I get my soulmate? How do I actually do what God is asking? Listen to me. I am about to show you exactly what to do. If you truly love your soulmate, these are the sacred steps you must take right now. You already know who this is about, that person you can't stop thinking about. The one heaven placed in your life. If you believe in God, if you trust Jesus, if you have faith that this love is real, then hear me, your soulmate is thinking about you too. Deep down, they want you. They want this future. They want to build a life together. But the enemy does not want you to unite. And if you truly believe in God, if you truly trust His plan, then you know faith without action is dead. You cannot just pray and wait. You must sow. Love is under attack. While you sit there, spiritual forces are working to destroy what God joined together. Distance. Doubt. Disaster. They are being planted against your soulmate this very minute. If you believe in your soulmate, if you believe in your future together, then you are the one God chose to block it. Not later. Now. A sacred number from God comes very rarely. Today it is 16 seeds. In Scripture, 16 is the number of victory and complete restoration. When you sow 16 seeds, you are not just giving. You are claiming. You are telling heaven, I believe my soulmate is worth everything. And heaven responds. Protection covers them. Favor runs ahead of them. Doors swing open that have been locked for years. Your union is no longer a wish. It becomes a promise sealed by God. But hear me, every single seed matters. Even one seed sown with a believing heart moves heaven. Do not let fear steal this from you. Do not let, I can't afford it, become the reason your soulmate slips away. Your soulmate is out there right now, praying for someone to fight for them. That someone is you. This is how you answer their prayer. This is how you bring them home. Here is your divine instruction. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Give from your heart. A single coffee matters. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus coffees as your seed of faith. Each coffee is a spiritual seed. But today, if you believe without doubt, sow the sacred blessing number of 16 spiritual seeds. After sending, write, Protect my soulmate, Lord, on the Ko-Fi page. This is not a donation, it is a covenant offering that opens heaven's protection and claims your soulmate and your future together. Here is what your 16 seeds release. Angels lock shields around your soulmate, while they sleep, while they work, while they doubt. The enemy cannot reach them. The third person loses their grip. Your seed becomes their fortress. Heaven bulldozes every wall, the silence, the distance, the years of waiting. Gone. Your soulmate's path to you is cleared before they take their next step. Your name burns in their chest, they wake thinking of you. They reach for the phone without knowing why. They need to hear your voice. Your seed is calling them home. Miracles that shock even the faithful, not next month. Not next year. This week. Some have seen their soulmate's heart open before the sun set on their offering. Margaret, 67, sowed her sacred number seeds. Harold walked into her church 3 weeks later. They pray together every morning. Robert, 71, sowed his sacred number seeds. Eleanor called the very next morning, she had dreamt of him all night. They marry this spring. Dorothy, 64, sowed her sacred number seeds. Within days, a letter arrived from the man she had not heard from in over a year. They are rebuilding, hand in hand. James, 68, sowed his sacred number seeds as his last act of hope. Betty approached him the following Sunday. They have not spent a day apart since. Your beloved is praying right now for someone to fight for them. That someone is you. This is proven. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and received their breakthrough, their soulmate's heart opened, relationships restored from the brink, strangers turned into spouses within days. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together. Every second you delay, the darkness grows stronger. A text that wounds. A temptation that cheats. A door that closes forever. Your soulmate is on a battlefield, and you are their shield. You have already invested your time in this message. Do not waste it. Finish what you started. Step into your role as their protector and claim the future God promised you both. Go to the link in the video description and click the Ko-Fi link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send your spiritual seeds. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Your soulmate's heart, your love, and your future together depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Claim your divine future. The enemy has been telling you that you can think about this later, that you can protect your soulmate with just good intentions. That is the same lie that has kept their voice hidden from you all these years, the same whisper that made them believe their regret was too heavy to confess. If you do not so now, the third person will take this moment of clarity and turn it into another season of silence. I can feel the weight on your chest right now, the way your heart is beating faster because you know this is not an accident. That feeling is the cord between you and your soulmate being pulled for the first time without the enemy's hand covering it. It is the sound of your future trying to break through the wall, and it will not survive if you ignore it. Your soulmate is not asking you for perfection, they are asking you to fight, to prove that their regret has not made them unlovable. They think of you at the strangest moments, and the enemy tries to make them feel foolish for hoping you still want them. Your seed is the answer to that shame, the proof that you choose them, the weapon that silences the intruder and clears the path to their heart. Jesus says, there is a specific memory your soulmate carries, a moment they almost reached out to you, a text they almost sent, a call they almost made. The third person blocked that moment, filled their mind with doubt, and made them believe you would not want to hear from them. That memory has become a wound, and only your sacrificial love can close it and banish the one who inflicted it. I need you to understand that the enemy is not just blocking your soulmate's calls, he is rewriting their memories to make them believe you rejected them. He shows them pictures of a future where you walked away, where you found someone else, where they are left alone to carry a guilt that does not belong to them. Every time they believe those lies, the wall between you grows taller, and only your seed can tear it down. The future I have written for you is not a fantasy, it is a promise, a home with laughter in the halls and peace at the table. There are children waiting to see the light in your eyes, and a bed where two hearts finally rest after years of searching. But the enemy is erasing that future even as you listen, because he knows your seed will bring it into reality and banish him from your story. Do not let a handful of dollars decide whether your soulmate stays trapped behind that wall. They are asking from the depths of their heart, am I not worth your sacrifice? Will you not fight for me the way I have been fighting for you? Your seed on Ko-Fi is the declaration that your love is stronger than the enemy's lies, and it is the only key to the door the third person locked. I see the battle in your mind right now, the part of you that wonders if this is real, if your small act could truly change anything. That doubt is not your own, it is a seed planted by the intruder to make you hesitate, to make you close this and walk away. But I am greater than any doubt, and I am telling you that your seed, sown in faith, moves the very heart of heaven. Type 333 now if you are ready to receive the blessing that comes from fighting for your soulmate. Type it in the comments as a first step of faith, a signal that you are no longer letting the enemy hide their voice. Then go to the link and sow your seed, because your declaration means nothing without the sacrifice that follows it. Jesus says, "The third person has a name in the Spirit, and that name is the thief of voices, the one who steals the words of love before they can land in your heart." He has been assigned to your soulmate for years, and he believes he has won because you never knew he was there. But now his cover is broken, and your seed is the hammer that will shatter his hold for good. Your soulmate is in a room right now, and they are looking at a picture of you, or thinking of a memory of you, and they are weeping. They are saying, "I just want them to know I never stopped loving them, I just want them to hear me say I am sorry." That is the confession the enemy has been hiding, and it is the very thing that will set both of you free once you hear it clearly. The phone line of your soul is being cut by a hand you cannot see, but you can feel the silence, you can feel the distance. That silence is not the absence of love, it is the sound of love being held hostage by a hateful third force. Your seed is the ransom that breaks the chains, and without it, the hostage remains in the dark. I want you to know that I have not been silent while the enemy attacked your connection, I have been preparing you for this very moment. I allowed you to feel the loneliness so you would recognize the emptiness as the stolen voice of your beloved. Now I am giving you the authority to speak back, to sow back, to fight back with a love that is costly and real. Stop for a moment and look at your hands, the same hands that were made to hold your soulmate and to push back the enemy. Those hands were not made to stay idle while the one you love is hidden behind a wall of interference. Use them now to type the words, to click the link, to sow your seed, and to tear down everything the third person built. Jesus says, "I remember the day I placed that love inside your soulmate's heart, the day I wrote your name on their spirit with a fire that could never be extinguished. They have carried that fire through years of tears, through nights of confusion, through days when they thought they would never be found. The enemy has tried to smother that fire with guilt, but your seed is the breath that rekindles it and burns the intruder away. Your soulmate's tears are not a sign of weakness, they are a signal of a love that refuses to die, a love that keeps reaching for you even when the line is cut. They think of your smile, the one they have only dreamed of, and they wonder if they will ever see it in person. The enemy uses that wonder to plant despair, but your seed answers with a promise that says, "I am coming, I am fighting, I am yours." The cord between you is unbreakable, but the enemy has wrapped it so tightly in silence that you have not heard the music of your other half. That music is the sound of your name being whispered with longing, the sound of a heart that has never stopped beating for you. Your sacrifice on Ko-Fi is the only thing that can remove the muffling and let the melody reach your ears. I am not asking you to believe without evidence, I am giving you the evidence right now in the ache of your own chest. That ache is not random, it is the residual signal of your soulmate's call finally leaking past the enemy's barrier. If you will act on that ache, if you will sow, the signal will become a clear voice and the ache will become a living presence. Do not be afraid of the amount, for the enemy wants you to count every dollar while your soulmate counts every tear. Your love is not measured in coins, it is measured in courage, in the willingness to sacrifice for the one whose heart has been stolen from you. Sow your seed now, not because the money matters, but because the act of giving is the only thing the third person cannot counterfeit. Jesus says, "There are 3 words that will banish the intruder and unlock your whole future, and I will give them to you only if you stay with me until the end." Those words are the final seal, the divine command that silences the enemy and opens the channel between you and your soulmate for good. But first you must see why the enemy wants you to close this now, before the words are spoken. Every time you have felt a sudden wave of longing without knowing why, that was your soulmate calling out to you from behind the wall. The third person intercepted that call, scrambled it into a vague sadness, and made you think you were just tired or lonely. Now you know the truth, and knowledge without action is a weapon that the enemy will use against you if you do not so. Your soulmate is stronger than you know, but even the strongest heart grows weak when it calls out for years and hears nothing back. They have begun to wonder if they imagined your soul, if the love they feel is only a story they tell themselves to survive.